My beloved child, stop everything you're doing right now. I need you to hear this, not with your ears, but with your heart. Because this message, it's for you. Yes, you. This is not a coincidence. I led you here, through the noise, through the scrolling, through the silence, to speak directly into the space that's been hurting inside you for far too long. Have you ever felt like I went silent on you? Like your prayers were just echoes in an empty room? I know. I saw every tear you didn't let fall. I heard the words you didn't say. The ones caught in your chest like a knot that refuses to loosen. You've been strong for too long, haven't you? Carrying weights no one sees, smiling when your soul is trembling. But child, listen, truly listen, I have never left you. Not for one heartbeat. Even when you couldn't feel me, I was wrapping my presence around you. Like air, like breath. Invisible, but always there. I was the strength that helped you rise after that sleepless night. I was the whisper that told you, just one more step. And today, I am not whispering anymore. I'm speaking clearly. Boldly. Lovingly. Because you need to know, this is not the end. This is the beginning of something sacred. There's a reason the silence felt longer this time. Because I was working in it. You thought I had stopped moving, but child, seeds grow quietly beneath the earth. Miracles bloom in the dark. Your pain wasn't a punishment. It was preparation. For what's coming. For what's already beginning. You see, I've been softening the soil of your heart. Breaking down the walls you didn't even know were there. Making space, not for more pain, but for healing. For clarity. For peace. And I know, you're tired. So tired. Not just physically, but soul deep. You've wondered if anything you do even matters. You've asked me, is anyone even listening? Yes. I am. And I am not only listening. I am speaking now, with purpose. Let me say it simply, I am not finished with you. Not now. Not ever. My plans for you do not end in sorrow. They are laced with promise. With hope. With joy you can't yet imagine. But it's coming. Hold on. Let go of the fear that says you're alone. Release the belief that you're forgotten. Because you are engraved on the palm of my hand. I have counted every sleepless night. I have stored every single tear. And I'm using every one of them, not to break you, but to build something eternal inside you. You thought it was over. But what if this is the very moment your story starts to shift? So here's what I need from you, beloved, stay. Stay with me. Don't run. Don't numb yourself again. Don't bury the ache. Bring it to me. Place it at my feet. I can hold it. I can handle it. And I will transform it. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to do something small, but sacred. Write down one thing you're still hoping for. Just one. Then place it on your pillow, and whisper, God, I still believe you can. Do this not because you have all the answers, but because faith doesn't require clarity, it requires trust. And if all you can offer me tonight is your tired breath and your bruised hope, that's enough. Because I delight in your honesty more than your perfection. This is the moment the tide begins to turn. Not through force. Not through grand gestures. But through quiet surrender. Through the whisper in your darkness that says, I'm still here. And I still have more for you. So listen closely, child, we're just getting started. Do you know what it feels like to be overlooked? To be surrounded by people yet still feel unseen? I know you do. You've carried it quietly, like a shadow stitched to your steps. There are moments when you've wondered, did God forget me? Did he stop listening? You've watched others move forward, celebrate, heal, while you wait in silence. And that waiting, it bruises. It drains. It whispers lies that say you're not enough. That maybe you messed up your only chance. But child, look at me now. I never turned away. Not once. Let me tell you about a man who felt exactly like you. He lost everything in a single day, his job, his family, and the little bit of hope he was holding on to. He sat alone in a room with empty walls and a heart full of unanswered prayers. And just when he thought the silence would crush him, he heard me speak. Not with a shout, but with a whisper that reached the deepest parts of him. You are not finished, I told him. You are just beginning. That night didn't end in despair, it ended in a new direction. He didn't get everything back immediately. But he got something greater, faith. And that faith led him through every closed door into open miracles. You see, your story isn't stuck. It's being written. Even when the ink dries slower than your expectations. I know how long you've waited. For healing, for clarity, for love that doesn't leave. And every moment you stayed faithful, even when it hurt, heaven noticed. Don't think for a second that you're too late or too broken. I am the God of restoration. I don't just give back what was lost, I give back better. Stronger. Deeper. When Joseph sat in that prison, forgotten by those he helped, did I forget him? No. I was preparing a throne. When Ruth buried her husband and left everything behind, did I abandon her? No. I led her straight into a future she never imagined. And when you feel like you've been buried under disappointment, hear this, you are not buried, you are planted. And your season to rise is coming. You've prayed and heard nothing. That doesn't mean I wasn't listening. That means I was working. Quietly. Perfectly. Behind the scenes in ways you couldn't see. Because sometimes, if I gave you what you asked for too soon, it would have crushed you. I wasn't saying no. I was saying, not yet. Let me protect you first. And child, let me remind you of something you've forgotten, I chose you. Long before the heartbreak. Long before the rejection. I knew exactly who you were. I saw the beauty in your soul when no one else did. You've let shame define your worth for too long. But to me, your wounds don't make you unworthy, they make you ready. Ready to receive. Ready to become. So breathe. Deeply. Let go of the timelines you created in your head. Time means something different to me. What takes years for man can change in a single moment with me. The delay is not a denial. It's a divine setup. And I've already started. Here's what I want you to do today. Take 5 minutes alone. No music, no distractions. Just sit with me. And whisper this, God, even if I don't see it, I trust you're moving. Say it not because you feel strong, but because you're choosing to be brave in your weakness. Then write down one lie you've believed, maybe, I'm not enough, or, I'll always be alone. And tear it up. Yes, literally tear the paper. Watch it fall apart in your hands as a symbol of what I'm breaking off your life. You're not those lies. You are chosen. You are seen. You are my beloved. I know it still hurts. I won't pretend it doesn't. But I promise you this, the pain you're carrying now is not pointless. It's pressing something eternal into your spirit. The pressure you feel today will become the power you walk in tomorrow. Do not give up. You are closer than you think. Your prayers have not fallen on deaf ears. They have been planted in heavenly soil. And the harvest is near. I am not distant. I am not cruel. I am your Father. And I am rebuilding you. Quietly. Beautifully. Brick by brick. Breath by breath. don't walk away now. This part, this painful, stretching part, is sacred. It's the hallway between what was and what will be. And if you stay with me just a little longer, you'll see. The doors I'm opening will make sense of every closed one behind you. This is your turning point. Not when things look perfect, but when your faith refuses to give up. And today, your faith just took another step forward. Now rise, child. The story isn't over. It's unfolding. I know what you're thinking. But God, I've been faithful. I've tried. Why am I still here? And I hear you, child. Not just your words, but your weariness. You've kept showing up, even when your soul was crawling. You've carried a smile for others, even when you felt like falling apart. And that unseen obedience? It matters more than you know. Faith isn't always fire. Sometimes, faith is the whisper in your chest that says, "Don't quit." And that whisper, it's louder in heaven than you can imagine. You don't need to roar. You don't need to prove your worth. You only need to stay close. Just one more prayer. Just one more moment of surrender. That's all it takes for me to move mountains in your name. Let me ask you this. What if the very thing you're waiting for is already on the way, but I'm strengthening your heart so you can carry it with wisdom? What if the delay isn't denial, but mercy? You see the surface, I see the root. And I'm making sure the blessings I'm sending don't crush a soul still bleeding. That's why I'm healing you first. Don't envy the ones who seem ahead. Their story is not yours. I'm not building something temporary in your life. I'm building something eternal. And eternal things take time. Deep roots grow slow, but they survive every storm. Listen closely, your suffering has not been wasted. I am the God who turns ashes into beauty, heartbreak into healing, and silence into songs. There will come a day when you'll look back and say, "It had to happen. Because without it, I wouldn't be who I am now." That day is closer than you think. Now take this step with me. Not a dramatic one. A quiet one. Tonight, before you close your eyes, choose to forgive. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Write their name down, and pray, "God, I release them. And I release myself. You've been carrying the weight of what was for far too long. Let me carry it now. Let me free you." Forgiveness is not forgetting, it's freedom. Let me remind you of something sacred. I specialize in turning graves into gardens. I took the cross, an image of death, and made it the symbol of eternal hope. If I could do that with wood and nails, what do you think I can do with your broken pieces? So hold on, child. Not just to the promise, but to me. This middle place, between what was and what's coming, this is where miracles are born. And yours is on the way. Let me take you there. You've walked through the fire. You've stood in the silence. You've cried prayers into your pillow, unsure if I was listening. But now, I need you to hear me, not with fear, but with expectation. Because the waiting is not wasted. It's sacred. It's holy ground. It's where faith is refined. Child, this is your turning point. Not because everything looks different, but because you do. You've endured. You've pressed in. You've chosen me, even when you couldn't feel me. That kind of faith shakes heaven. That kind of faith moves mountains. Let's make something clear, I have not changed my mind about you. The promise I gave you still stands. The vision I planted in your heart still breathes. And now, I'm bringing it to life. God says to you again, do not be afraid. I am with you. Not because the storm has stopped, but because I am in the storm with you. I've been holding your hand in ways you didn't even realize. Protecting you from battles you never had to fight. If only you knew the wars I've already won on your behalf. Now is the time to rise. Not in your own strength, but in mine. Your future isn't built on your failures, it's anchored in my faithfulness. So don't look back. Don't shrink. I am doing a new thing in you. Can you perceive it? Here's what I want you to do next. Simple, but powerful. Each morning, write down 3 things you still hope for. Don't filter. Don't doubt. Just write. And every time you read those words, whisper this: God, I believe you are still writing my story. And at night, I want you to pick one person who hurt you, and pray for them. Even just a sentence. It may be hard. But that small prayer, it heals you more than it changes them. It opens the floodgates for me to move freely in your life. Let me leave you with this: this is not your ending. This is your awakening. You were not called to survive, you were called to shine. And every scar you carry is a testimony of my grace. Your weakness is not a liability, it is a doorway for my power. Let me fill it. Let me flood your soul with peace that surpasses understanding. So take heart. Stand firm. And walk boldly. Because I am not done with you. I am just getting started. May your faith rise again. May your hope be restored. And may your soul remember this one sacred truth: you are loved. You are chosen. You are mine. Now, if this message touched your spirit, it wasn't by accident. It was divine. Don't scroll away. Sit in silence for just 10 seconds, and let my spirit speak to the deepest parts of you. If you received this word, type Amen in the comments. And if you know someone else who needs this, share it. Let them know they are not alone. I am here. I am speaking. And I am making all things new. 3 life lessons to carry with you after this message. 1. Pain is not punishment. It's preparation. Let your wounds become windows where my light shines through. 2. Faith grows in silence. Keep watering the seeds with trust, not proof. I am working in the unseen. 3. Forgiveness is not weakness, it's warfare. It disarms the enemy and sets your spirit free. Start today with 1 step toward peace. If you're still reading, still listening, you're already changing. Not because you have all the answers, but because your heart is still open. Now go. Live this. Write. Forgive. Hope. Believe. And remember, I never left. I never will. This is your moment. This is your message. This is your miracle in motion.